What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Extreme Lifestyle Living Podcast. Now, again, as of course, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. As always, as I've always say every time I start this podcast recently, that it's a big passion of mine. And if you have been listening to these since the beginning, I appreciate you. And if you have been someone that's been newer and added on as of recently, I appreciate you as well. And today I want to just talk about the journey of achieving your life goals and growing into the person that you need to as you attack these goals. And the reason why I feel like this is a topic of conversation that I want to bring to the table is because it's a recent conversation that I've been having with some close friends in my group to bring some more awareness about with my own life journey and path that I've been taking and where I'm on right now. It's been a conversation with a lot of my clients on with them and their fitness journeys and their life paths as they upgrade their lives and their mindsets, lose weight, gain weight, gain muscle. They change their entire journeys with that, and just to bring general awareness with it, because I think it's important to shed light to the journey of upgrading your life and pursuing the life of your passions and pleasures you seek, because it's something that I feel like is never really talked about, right? Like how you can take your life from point A to point B. It's always talked about upgrading and, chase success and all these different avenues of your life, you know what I mean? Be better than yesterday, all these quotes we can talk about, but no one ever talks about the actual journey that you're on, and like the ups and downs and the revelations that actually it takes to go from point A to point B, because there's a lot of ups and downs. It's not overnight success. It takes weeks, it takes months, it takes years to achieve certain life goals, to achieve certain fitness goals. And so I just wanted to bring a little bit of awareness around it, right? And especially speaking from example, like I always try to, lead by example and speak from experience. So let's jump right into it, because I'm fucking excited. So now, starting off on this journey, we may start to find yourself feeling very lonely and isolated, whether it's any goal or any journey that you're on. As soon as you start to study something, start on a fitness journey, start on a career path, you'll start noticing sometimes you find yourself feeling very lonely and isolated. And this is because as you grow and change, your vision for your life may no longer align with those around you. And that includes your friends and your family members, right? Maybe your friends don't want to do the same things as you. They don't like the gym and tracking their food, maybe as you do. Maybe you don't want to hit up wing night as often or go out on the weekends, and some of your friends are texting you or throwing those petty, passive-aggressive comments towards you to keep coming, even though that they know that's not an interest of yours right now. Or maybe you're at work and you don't want to eat as often with the team, whether it's Wednesday and someone bought pizza, or it's the end of the week and someone says, let's go to anything, whether it's any work function you just don't want to partake in because you have fitness goals or other aspirations you're tackling. Or maybe even it's like big career changes, jumping from career to another career, or a university major switch where you're going all in on a passion. This is a personal reason why I'm talking about this, right? Like making big life changes. Whatever it is, the vision may be bigger than some of the people currently around you can see. And the reason why that is because everything is new, and once everything becomes new, not everyone likes this. But that's something that you need to understand, is that it's necessary for growth along your journey. Now, it can be hard to watch these relationships around you dissolve due to the differences in visions, but it's important to trust the process and stick to the daily disciplines and plan you have set for yourself. Because people are only meant to be here for a few seasons, not the entire journey. And this is important because it is what it is when you're trying to enjoy the next level of fruits of your labor, right? And you just got to understand that as you're on these journeys, that these are things you're going to be dealing with. It may be the closest friends you've been with from your entire life that question you. It could be your own parents that are questioning you. It could be new friends that you feel like grow and you guys have very similar visions, and then all of a sudden overnight things just change because maybe intentions are different or you learn different things. Like, these are just common denominators along your journey, and this is why it's important to take notice of these, because as you continue down this path, you're going to experience mental breakthroughs as you persevere through the isolation, which is going to give you a ton of confidence to stay on your own path. And these are the moments that can become pivotal, proving to yourself that you can and are in fact creating a life that you seek. And once you can take notice of these moments throughout the isolation and throughout the journey of the ups and downs of the relationships and the vision changes amongst your friend groups and your community and the self-doubts of your own self with people around you, is that you can realize that you're in momentum. And then that's when you can really start to gain traction within your life, and you start to begin to feel really good. Say, for example, these is a handful of examples of dealing with isolation and the insecurities and self-doubts. If it was, say you're on a fitness journey and you're like, I don't know if I want to gain this muscle, I don't know if I want to lose this weight or be able to fit in these clothes, and say you stuck to it for 3 to 6 months, say you stuck to it for a year, and all of a sudden you have gained some muscle, you've shredded some fat, you've lost some inches. All of a sudden your morning and your nighttime routines are becoming better. All of a sudden your anxiety is down, energy is high, you're starting to feel more focused and aligned. Yeah, you've lost a few friends, but now you have a better relationship with yourself. All of these are important to take note of as you grow and develop and who you're becoming, because that's how you can tell that you're in momentum, and that's how you can tell you're starting to gain traction within your life. Because there's a cheesy quote that says, what got you here is not going to get you there. And the reason I'm saying that is because as you're listening to this and as you're judging where your life is at now currently versus where you want it to be, you need to understand that there's potentially a lot of avenues of your life, that tools and resources that are not going to serve you as you try to get to the next level. Meaning that certain people that have those tools and resources in common that you use for their life to live off of, if you change those, that might change the dynamic of your relationship. And that's when true friendships are going to be tested for who's rooting and who's pulling on the same rope. So that's why I'm saying it's important to take note of these as you really grow and develop, because everyone understands, like, no matter what journey of life you're on, whether it's fitness, career, studying, you got to understand the daily disciplines of what you're doing day in and day out that keep you grounded, keep you growing, and keep you developing with who you are. Because towards the end of this journey, which is kind of where I'm not saying I'm at the end of this journey because I'll talk about it in a second, but towards the end of the journey, as you start to fully transition into realize, okay, I'm in momentum, I'm feeling good, I'm changing my life, I'm in a good spot, you'll find that you start to gain more friends that align with similar visions and journeys as your life goals, and they're almost similar to a T. And you're going to also notice that you're not going to feel as isolated. You're going to feel more of part of a community, and you're going to start to feel like you start to feel more fulfilled and proud of yourself. You'll be proud of what you've become along the journey that you've been on, and you'll start trying to succeed. Like, you'll still be trying to succeed every day, don't get me wrong. That's not what I'm saying with the end of this journey. But you're starting to notice that now you're aligned with everything in your life, and there's no paths that are giving you a ton of resistance. Resistance meaning, like, as you're trying to change your life and you don't really know what's going on in your life, and your family's questioning you, you're questioning if you're doing anything right, and as you make those transitions, and now you're not having those type of resistance as well. There's a sense of community, and you're like confident in your future, almost feeling very certain of it. And this is when you know you've made progress and are in fact changing your life. And these are the pivotal moments that you need to understand along the journeys, because that's what I'm saying, not that you're at the end of your journey, but as you make these lane switches in your life and you go from one level to another, whatever area of life it is, whether it's your fitness, your career, your studies, your self-development, you're not going to be comfortable. But once you understand the constants of these, that's when you're going to know that you are making progress and you are in fact changing your life, which is important to stay on, and it's very important to stay in tune with as you are on this journey of life. And I believe that brings me to the end of the episode, because I don't believe I have that much more to say. But to wrap this up, I just really want to say it's important to remember that this journey of any life goal that you're going towards is never easy, but it's always fucking worth it. So keep pushing forward, keep trusting the process, and keep grinding through the tough times, no matter how hard they are. Because in the end, you're going to be very grateful for the person that you've become and the life that you've created. Let's fucking go.